It's okay, don't worry. I can try.
Hold your tongue. You're recording. Oh, whatever. You said hold your tongue.
Sorry. What are you doing?
Doing random faces before people join, and now they can see me. It's amazing.
Hi.
People.
Ciao.
Hi.
Ma poi
Ciao. Ciaone.
Ciao. Ciaone. Come stai?
Ciao. Ciaone. Tutto bene?
Good. Very good.
We are alone.
Yes, we're alone. But
because we are still at 9 minutes
Okay.
to go.
yeah, actually, you're. This is surprisingly early
Okay.
for anybody. I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy about it.
Okay.
So you can spend your time browsing the interwebs, or whatever. Or we can talk about something interesting.
Nothing. I am working a lot in the area for the peace, Skype. I'm very busy in this period, and but it's okay. Sometimes I study. Sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay. And you guys, how are you?
Cool. It's been a long day, and we had the AI visit in the last 3 days, so we were basically in the office non-stop, and then also trying to work and some time, but so yes, no sleep, but it's good. Look at the back. She's like, no.
Ciao. Ciao, Danny.
Yeah, they don't hear you. There's Chuton. Ciao, Chutti.
Hi, guys.
Ciao, Nathan. Ciao.
Who are they? They're
OGX and marketing.
OGX marketing. Yes. They're cute. They are actually on one person right now, by the way. You don't know how to count. It's fine. It's fine. Rachel, wait a second. Wait, come back here.
No, I know what you're doing. I know you are.
How many Post-it behind you?
A lot.
Sì, e stavo giocando facendo spam, Riccardo, vorrei che venisse notificato. Mi è arrivata la mail, il messaggio.
Sì, la mail, tanta roba.
Tanta roba.
No, I was about to send an email and a message appears and you reach the maximum limit of sending emails.
That's good. Yes, if you send too many emails in one day.
Guys, I didn't send this much emails. I was answering it, by the way.
Yeah, Rebecca, I don't know if anybody explained you, but when you answer an email, you actually send one.
But you're not.
Yes, but I'm right.
It doesn't matter. Still,
No, if you send too many emails, Google thinks you're a spammer, and it shuts you down, Rebecca. It shuts you down.
We were doing.
Yes, I was the one
I swear.
at the beginning of my MC term. I was often criticized that I sent too much emails.
Yes.
I was never banned by Google.
Ciao.
Oh
Wow.
Oh,
That's super annoying.
misty eyes of the mountain below. Why is there nobody still here?
But there will be also Lucrezia, I think.
Hopefully, yes. Hopefully someone else as well. People, I will kill you all.
But in OJP, for OJP, I don't know for the other OGC.
I saw you're coming, but mine are not, so you're better.
Sorry, I don't understand very well.
No, I'm just talking with Rebecca. It's fine.
Okay. In your team for transition project starting work, Rada?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he had 2 applications now.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
So I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it could be better.
Of course.
Just send a message to WhatsApp that will let people know.
Yes, and I see.
Okay, finish the other one. The other should come soon enough.
My leg hurts. No, my knees. I feel like an old man.
Yes.
Age is a matter of spirit. I love everything that young people love.
It only makes you creepy, not fun.
Also, I can be. Also, this is getting recorded. So.
Yes, that's true. Isn't it possible to stop the recording?
Yeah, if you stop the recording. Yes. If you stop the broadcast, then just okay.
But we are going to be able to see everyone.
Yes. Oh God. Oh, it's amazing. I love it. Go for a beer.
Yes. Pretty much too late. Not too late, but we could go to Bologna actually.
Nice.
Takes a bit to come back.
But I'm hungry, very hungry. Ciao Francesco.
Ciao Francesco.
Ciao raga. Hi.
I was thinking before that this is an international standard because I'm very fast.
How are you on Italian here?
Ciao Marta. You know Marta? Ciao bella.
I don't know, probably.
No, she's VP of Milan, but she was in my Venezia before. How small is the world?
Ciao Marta.
Ciao ragazzi.
Ciao bello. Everybody.
Ciao Giuseppe, ciao a tutti. How are they gonna fit?
Alessandro.
They should fit in the sense that ciao ragazzi. There are so many girls in this church. It's strange.
Come si alza il volume?
Look, ma why people from Trento always do chat in the office if you have such a bad connection? I don't see it very smart, let's say.
Perché?
Perché non ti arrivo. Ok.
I don't know. We will mute them all later.
We will mute you all.
Ayla, ciao Ayla.
Ciao Ayla. Ciao. Ayla.
Ciao.
Francesco.
Francesco.
Hi.
Ciaone. I'm sorry, you're doing some weird stuff.
You are super.
Yes, I'm a very bad person. I'm sorry. What can I do?
This me and you being connected for life, it's a bit disturbing. No, stay easy.
Ah, fine, I'm fine.
Yes.
How are you, ragazzi? What are you doing? How's life? We are starting soon because, yes.
Oh, it's 7:02.
Yes.
Super busy with everything. Welcome to our life.
Now imagine working and having the AI visitors. Not possible.
No. Oh, you didn't send it to Francesca.
I did. She's on the email list, but somehow she's not receiving emails. I don't know. People don't know how.
You are not.
I'm not sending people individually. Yeah. What's wrong?
With me, nothing.
Everything.
Also prefer. Makes sense.
Okay. So we can start in 3 minutes.
Yes. Guys, give a round of.
Yes, if you have LCVPs from your LC that are missing, send them a message through this amazing device called the phone. And also there is an amazing application called WhatsApp, so you can scroll it.
No.
And then you type in words. It's revolutionary. It's a revolution. And once you type it in, you click send. It's amazing.
Human beings.
Yes,
so many.
I am so smart, guys. I am so smart tonight. I'm really sorry for the bad jokes. I'm really sorry. Actually, not. I'm not. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person, and my jokes are terrible.
You understand that I have to stand every fucking day with this guy here? It's fine. Mirjana. Hey Mirjana.
Ćao Mirjana, kako si? Sad možemo pričamo srpski, oni ništa ne razumeju. Ćao. Mirjana. Giuseppe.
Bello.
That's it.
Peppe, say hi to people. Don't be that creepy. Oh my god.
Not possible.
No.
I'm restoring my phone.
Ma you managed to change it?
Yes. After 4 hours in the Apple Store, I was like a kid that played with the Apple TV.
Okay. So we will be starting.
Ma there is a lot of eruditi. Marta Emiliana. And no, she's not. Are they speaking?
No.
They can speak, but they're very silent. I don't know. Honestly, if I was an LCP, I would just be screaming and random stuff right now until somebody mutes me.
Because you are a very bad person.
Guys, can you hear us?
This is Alessandra Barile al bar.
Video call is cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
What do we do?
We send them a link to the...
They are using.
No. We have the accounts. They listen to. No, they watch the live stream.
Ah, there is a live stream.
Yes, on my YouTube account.
Al bar. Non
I can send
the nickname is Al bar. Al bar.
Oh my god. Okay, so we send the link to the live stream because there is the live stream, and then everybody follows it on the live stream. But there is an option to
non puoi dei marketing ci sono Diana no, non ti fa male.
No, it's not like I just want to check if it's working. It's working. Yep, it's working. But it has a few seconds delay. But it's fine, they will get everything.
Yeah. So you have this thing going on your YouTube.
Huh?
But then this thing stays there.
Yes, exactly. It's a...
When did I did that? Is that late?
Yeah, on my laptop, on the other it shouldn't, because I'm streaming to myself. And
I'm not on mine.
let's see. Okay, like, I don't know, we don't have other options.
You see? It's in super delay.
Okay, so guys, notify everybody there is a new link.
Yes,
on the,
send on your WhatsApp group.
yeah, there is a new link on the mails. This is the link to the live stream that is going directly from YouTube. It is like half a minute late through the live feed, unfortunately. I also think that we can include the comments from there with Q&A. I'll try to do it. And then this feature is the same. Okay, so probably we cannot open it, but if people have any questions or want to change anything, tell them to WhatsApp us.
Yes. Also send it to the other release of your LC.
Yes. So guys, is this okay with you? Just send us a comment here so we can start.
Guys, send us the comments. What is it? Sorry,
it's on the mailing lists. If you're not in the mailing list, well, I don't know what to do, honestly speaking. Rebecca is forwarding individually if somebody is missing, but the link is on the email lists. Okay.
Questo per permettere anche all'originale nostro team un ambiente che sia favorevole alla creazione di idee, alla condivisione e anche per cominciare più concreta a unire il team intorno a un compito grande e creare un'unità e atmosfera che serve a un team per riuscire a comunicare in maniera efficace alla diversi partiti dei giorni consecutivi e cercate di dedicarsi a questo tempo. Se proprio non riuscite, consiglio di dividere 2 giorni, però per
Okay, so basically we can start.
Okay, first thing, I guess you know that it is not here because she's traveling to go to Catania for these couple of days, so we will take care of it. Do not worry, marketing, we've been briefed about everything, so, oh my god, hello. So we will also cover the marketing, so do not worry about that. It's gonna be made by us. If you have any question, you can ask us because we kind of know these kind of things. If some question we cannot answer, do not feel like you can simply approach us and she's back online.
Okay, so can you see the screen? You should be able to see the screen. Present to everybody. Yeah. So, okay, we're gonna start now. If you have any questions, do let us know. People watching in the stream, so the other group of people, we have 6 people right now. You will have a delay of, let's say, half a minute probably from real time. So I'm really sorry about that. Also, people who did not mute, I will mute you now.
Yes.
Sorry.
And for the people who are following us from the live stream, if you have any questions, just text them on the WhatsApp group so we can answer to you. We have both our phone in the hands, so
yeah.
Whatever question you have, just let us know.
Okay, sorry for this technical issue. So, welcome to the Marketing and OGX Synergy session. So, hopefully, as you can see us, if not, let us know. Ciao from a Bulgarian. Before we start, Yildiz was very creative with ciao. Again, if you have any questions, just let us know. What's on the menu tonight? What are the things we're going to talk about? First of all, the MOS. So what is the measurement of success of our organization? Then different KPIs, key performance indicators that we have in all the functions, and points of synergy. So planning together, responsibilities, and the fact that the promotion should never stop.
Also the synergy should never stop.
Also the synergy should never stop. And in the end, of course, we're going to have a Q&A. I'm not really sure how efficient the Q&A will be with people on WhatsApp, but we'll try to make it our best. So yeah, measurement of success is basically one number that is defining is the organization successful or not. It can be a lot of different things in different businesses, different fields. In case of ISEC, it's the number of realizations or leadership experiences. Now, usually what people do is that they think that number of realization is something that only exchange areas are tracking and something that should only concern exchange areas. No, that's not true. The MOS concerns the entire organization, and this is what you should know. And it is the ultimate goal of every function in ISEC. Marketing, finance, talent management, every area that we have needs to be included somehow in delivering this goal. And that's the second part of the entire thing, and that's the KPIs. And KPIs can be different. And in this case, we want to focus on 3 main KPIs and then some conversion rates that are also considered KPIs. So, and before we start, just for you to understand why they're called KPIs, key performance indicators, is because according to their success, the MOS is successful or not. So if these things are fulfilled, then the MOS will be there. So we will achieve the goal. First of all, kind of obvious, the number of match TPs. Second of all, selected or people in progress. And in the end, application or sign up, depending are you looking at Podio or expat. And then we have some conversion rates. And is the number of people that go from matched to realized, and then from selected to matched, and in the end, selected to people in progress. Now, these numbers are very important, so we know how to plan correctly, and we know how efficient our operations are. Because if you only say, hey, I have five matched, that doesn't tell you a lot. But if your conversion rate is very, very bad, let's say, so if you have a conversion rate of 100, that means that you basically had 500 applicants and you matched only 5. Now that's a disaster. So that's something that you need to understand.
Yeah, the other thing that it's really important for you to know is the fact that the MOS is the final the final goal that we all have, and in particular, marketing needs to understand, and also OGX needs to understand that we are not talking about realization. So whatever you do in both functions, in all your functions, is about actually having realization. And the other thing that you need to know are the conversion rate, because you cannot only know how many matches or how many applications you have. The main part, like your synergy, is actually everything on the conversion. So on how all your functions, so either OGCDP and marketing or OGP and marketing, are working together in order to convert these people and to get them to the realization state. So your synergy is actually going to happen on how you want to convert these people and how you can convert as much as possible, so as many people, as many applications as possible, to till the point of the realization. So now let's go to actually the point of synergy to have through the year. One thing you need to understand is that the other part, so either marketing or OGX, is going to become your best friend. So you're going to work together a lot, really a lot, meet Prada and build this with you and basically once per day, actually. Not at least one per week. So
yeah, I want to mute.
So our synergy is actually very, very deep. This is the reason why we decided to do this webinar all together, for you to understand how deep is going to be for all the year. So, okay, the first part of your synergy is going to be about backwards planning. What does it mean? It means that you're going to start all from one data. There is the number of realizations that you want to achieve to all your term. So mainly this MOS is given by the OGX side. So OGX is the one that actually plans the realization goal. Also, of course, you all do it together. So you first give an idea and then you all settle depending on how, like, if you're focusing driver and everything else. But then, from this number, you will get to understand, based on the conversion rate that you have till the matching, then
Speak slowly.
okay, sorry guys. So from the realization goal, you need to use the conversion rate and understand how many matches do you need to actually get to that realization goal. Based on the matches, using the conversion rate, you need to understand how many people in progress, so how many people that are applying to projects you need in order to get to that number of matches, and same reasoning for the application. So you need to understand how many applications do you need to actually be able to get those number of people that apply. So, why conversion rate is important? Because
let's switch the. I'm sorry, guys. We'll switch the room because there's some complaints about the noise. We're trying to run 2 webinars at the same time, so just give us a second and we'll switch the room and then continue. So once again, very sorry about this, but there are some serious complaints about noise. So we'll try to eliminate that by changing the room. here nobody should complain about this. Okay. Yeah, so just wait for Rebecca to come back, and we'll continue. Sorry about this interruption. Okay, awesome. You should have said this before, so we could have reacted before. So yes. Del piacere.
Sì, aspetta. Dai insieme?
Okay, so just a second for Rebecca to come back, and we'll go back to the presentation.
Back is back.
Okay, hopefully you can see everything properly now. Rebecca, please continue, because I don't know.
See. Okay, so what I was saying is that you not only plan your MOS and KPIs, but you also plan your conversion rate. What does it mean? It means that if right now your local conversion rate is 10 to 1, for example, from matches to realize, meaning that you need 10 matches to actually get one realization, which I hope is not, because otherwise we do have a problem actually. See, I'm trying to speak as much as possible. So if you have this kind of conversion rate, but in your term, you want to actually lower it down, so you want this conversion rate to go from 10 to 1 to 5 to 1, for example, that needs to be planned. Now, careful guys, you don't simply plan a conversion rate to go down. You actually plan some strategies that allows you to lower down your conversion rate. So based on the strategy you want to implement, based on your functional plan, and it's both marketing and OGX plan, because you both are going to influence this kind of conversion rate. Based on that, you can decide whether to plan the same conversion rate and to use the same one, or to plan a lower conversion rate, and in that case, to actually adapt your plan. So, record scaling is mainly this one. You always start from the realization, because that's your final LOS. So that's the measurement of success you use, you will all use. So both OGX and marketing, to understand whether your plan was successful or not. And then based on that, you decide either to keep the same conversion rate or to lower it down. And then simply calculating matching progress and application. It's actually something really, really I would say easy, because it's a matter of mathematics, really, literally. You start from the realization rate, and then from there on, you simply calculate it mathematically.
Yeah, the part of creating the numbers is super simple. So calculating the goals of matched and in progress and applications. The part that is difficult is actually figuring out what should the conversion rate be, what it was in the past, because often we don't have conclusive data. And in the end, also, it's very hard to figure out the right strategies and the right things to do in order to achieve this. And this is the part where the synergy and later on checkpoints and controls come super important in order for you to succeed. Now we'll show you an example of how this can work. And as Rebecca said, it's not hard. The process itself. The thing that is the thing that is most challenging in the entire process is getting the right conversion rates figured out, and so on and so on. And that's something that we can do. And once also you do set the goals, you need to define the timeline and the main activities. So when is the promotion happening? When does the matching period start? And when do we start the realizations? And for example, if we talk about GCDP and summer peak, we need to start promoting probably in May, or even no, in March. Sorry, so even in March. So we have May to start matching, and then June, July for realizations, and so on and so on. So that's something that you need to align together. And then also, depending on the specific conversion rates you set and specific goals you set, you need to define the activities. Because if your activities are just random posts on Facebook and you plan a conversion rate of 1 to 3, so for every 3 applicants to match 1 person, that's not going to happen. There is no world in that's going to happen. You need to have different activities, and you need to analyze your target group and so on in order to adjust all of that. And that's something that's very, very important. And also we'll talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, it's really important. As I said before, you cannot simply plan things to happen, but you need to actually connect them for every single number that you plan. You need to understand that this number will come out from this, and this activity. So you have to have clear in mind to every activity that you will run, that is both selection, people management, offline, online promotion, whatever. So every activity needs to have clear the KPIs that it's covering. So with this activity, I will reach 15 applications. With this activity, I will match 4 people. And with this activity, I will make sure that these 4 people are going to leave. So it has to be clear in your mind since now. Okay, it doesn't happen throughout the process, but it needs to be very clear now. Why do you need clarity on this now? Because in the moment that something will fuck up, and guys, I'm trying to tell you, it's going to fuck up sometimes.
Yep.
It's normal. It's absolutely normal. But in the moment that you are, you're going to understand that you are not respecting your plan. For example, you need to understand which was the activity that most fucked up your plan in order for you not to do it anymore, or to simply adjust it, and which was the activity that actually brought you to the overachievement of the goal, for example. Because you might actually start planning both online and offline promotion, but then realizing that with offline promotion you actually get double the application that you get with the online or the application that you plan. In this case, you will understand that in your particular case, in your market, offline promotion actually works better than online. So, in case you are in a situation that you don't have enough application, for example, you are going to go down with the offline promotion because you know that that's most effective one.
Yeah, and now also we can show a specific plan and show how this this thing can work in practice. So if you have a goal of 10 realizations, and that's something that you decided that you want to do based on different criteria, based on how much you want your LC to grow, how much you did in the previous year, and so on, the market potential. So you set a goal of 10. And you know that conversion from realized to matched, actually from matched to realized in 1 is 1 to 1.1. So basically almost every person that's matched is realized. That means that actually your goal for matching will be 11. So something will happen to this one person and he will not get realized, but the other 10 will. So you plan to match 10, because if you plan to match 10, you will actually realize 9 people. So that's why we play an 11. And then if the conversion from in progress to match is 1 towards 3, that means that you actually have to have 33 people in progress. So in the matching stage, so there needs to be 30 people who will be sending applications and applying for different TNs. And in the end, if you have the conversion rate of in progress of application to in progress 1 to 5, that means that you need to have 165 applications for the program. So basically, you just add the numbers up. 3 times 5 equals 165, and so on and so on. So it's very simple math, but that's something that basically requires first the analysis to understand what was the past performance in conversion rates, decisions on do you want to maybe go for lower conversion rates, do you want to achieve better results, and then deciding the goals. And after that, you actually define the main activities and the timeline that you need to achieve this. So as we said in the example before, if you talk about summer peak, February until May, all the promotion needs to happen, because if you do it after May, it probably will be too late. And then from March till May, you're actually using the time to match all of your APs, and in June and August, you can expect the realizations to happen. Also, probably some of them in July. But the bulk of them will probably happen in June. The one thing that is super, super important, and that is a big bottleneck right now, is the fact that these goals and these plans need to be broken down in monthly and weekly chunks, so you know how well are you progressing or not. And then they need to be downscaled to team members. Every KPI needs to be broken down to a team member. So every team member needs to know which kind of activities he needs to run in which week, and which kind of results need to come from these activities. And this is super, super important, because this is actually determining how healthy your operations are. And this is the thing that's enabling you to adjust your operations, as Rebecca said. So if you're 3 weeks into a campaign and your goal is, as we said here, 165 applications, and by the 3rd week it should be 100, and you have only 50, you need to stop and to check which kind of activity did you run all the activities that you planned. So if there are some activities missing, that means that you probably need to start filling up all the activities. If there are all of the activities there, so all the activities happen, then we still are missing the applications, that means that we need to increase the number of activities or change the number of activities or the target or the message that we are sending or the channels that we are using. So it's super powerful to help you determine what's wrong.
Yeah.
And then also, if you do this per member, you can actually pinpoint which member needs to contribute how much. And it's a really important part of TXP standards, and actually it really should help you make sure that you are delivering your goals.
Also, another thing that you need to keep in mind is that conversion rates change from peak to peak. So you cannot expect to have the same conversion rate both in summer peak and winter peak, for example. So in summer peak, the average conversion rate is 10 to 1 from application to match. Actually, yes, to match. Say like that. So we need 10 applications for every match that we actually want to do. Of course, in winter peak, for example, because we don't have this much application, we need to lower down the conversion rate. So keep in mind this, when you're planning now that you're going to do the year planning, you need to understand on which period, which kind of conversion rate is feasible. And the other thing that you need to know, timeline like this, when you have from February to May of promotion, for example, you cannot do all, like, more than 50% of your goal in May. What should happen is that you do 70% or even 80% of your goal from February to April, and you take May to either complete the field, like to seal the last part that you miss, either to go in overachievement. So you're not supposed to match everybody in the last part, okay, or have all the application in the last part of this period, but actually to have it in the first 3 parts of this period, and to get the 4th part of this period to actually go in overachievement. Because guys, overachievement is actually a good thing.
Yeah, surprisingly, overachieving goals is good. Yes. Like it's an amazing thing, and it can happen if we actually plan to do our activities to do so. Also, finance people get extremely happy about this. So if you love your finance, they are amazing if these things happen. And all jokes aside, if you really take this kind of mindset that from day one you're delivering all of your goals and overachieving, that's something that helps a lot in goal achievement, and also in the end, it creates a better leadership development experience for your members. Because if there is no achievement of the goals, we cannot talk about leadership development, and we cannot talk about fulfilling the promise that we gave to our customers. And don't forget that TMP and TLP are actually a big part of your customers, and we promise them to develop specific attributes. And if they're not working, if they don't have a plan, if they don't have regular team meetings where they check on these plans, where they brainstorm how to improve achievement, and so on, that's something that's just not good.
Yeah, that's also like to have every member clear in mind what is KPIs is and what are the goals that they need to fulfill, help them to actually have a direction. Okay, so sometimes because you are VPs and you created a strategy, you create the plan and everything else, you have very clear in mind what is the information, but your member don't. and that's when they stop following you, and that's when they actually start dropping in performances. So they need to have a plan in their own. They need to understand what kind of effort is required to them to contribute to the final goal, in order for them to understand how much they need to work, how much they need to, how much time they need to invest in this, and also to understand whether they are doing a good job or not, and whether they're taking the right action or not. Remember that we are here also to develop them, like this same realization are actually helping them to become a better person. But if they are not understanding what does it mean to be a better person and which is the path they need to follow to become a better person, then our actual purpose is totally useless. We are here simply to make money, which we are not.
With all that said, we can go into responsibilities. And here we divided things into marketing and OGX, but there are some things that are shared and some connected, let's say, fields. So first of all, marketing is responsible for understanding the market, so doing the market research, understanding all the possible channels, all the groups in the market, and so on and so on, and then defining the target, specifying which part of the market is the right target for our programs, and or even for specific sub-products or sub-issues or projects that we are running. And then OGX is actually responsible for developing the value proposition according to these targets and according to the market understanding that we got from marketing. So this is the part that we're doing together, marketing and OGX. So understand the market, define the targets, and then define the value proposition for this target. For people who do not maybe know what is the value proposition exactly, that's all the things that we are offering to our customers, or all the potential gains that we are promising to them, all the characteristics of the projects that we have, everything that they need to know in order to decide to take on the project or to participate in the program.
Yes, and those things are not only together, but they are also everyone at the same time. So you need to work parallel on this kind of stuff. Also remember, OGX, that you are the specialist kind of in the product. That's why you need to help the marketing to understand what kind of products are we offering. But at the same time, marketing needs to help you to understand which is our target. So which are the people that we are looking for. Because in the end, you are responsible for the selection, but also of taking care of these people. You need to understand whether a profile is good or not from your product. So everybody of you do 50% of the job there. So you're all doing the 50%, but you need the other side to actually complete and to get to the 100%. On your own, you will never get to the 100% of the fee. And this means that you will not going to give the quality that we are promising right now with to our customers.
Yeah, and then once that is done, the part where you get a bit, let's say, separate. Also, OGX is then handling international relations part, where you actually communicate all of these things to your partners. Once you define your targets, so your EP profiles, and you define the value proposition that you want to sell to them, and specific projects and so on. Also, this is something that you need to do together with your entity partners or your LC partners. So you cannot just decide, I will promote teaching in Brazil, because maybe there is no teaching in Brazil, or maybe there are specific limitations to who can go to Brazil. So that's something that ER is really, really important to help align. And also, as Rebecca said, it's kind of happening at the same time for the fact that you need to know it in order to present it to the marketing peeps. Now, once that initial part is done of, let's say, planning and preparing, and all of this is happening in the planning and preparation stage, you go to the delivery of the plan itself. So basically, marketing is responsible for attraction, the promotion of the programs, which can happen physically through digital channels or whatever. And once that is done, marketing is responsible for conversion part. So the first contact, the email marketing, and so on, all the channels that we use to make EPs actually apply for opportunities become an EP in the end and get matched. And then OGX handles the part of EP preparation, and before that, EP management. So actually the process of providing an opportunity to a person. Now, something that's really important to understand is the fact that synergy never stops. This is not something that you do once a year or once a quarter. This is something that should be embedded in all of your activities on a weekly level. So yes, there is planning, and planning is a very big milestone. It doesn't happen every day. It happens a few times a year. But then you need to have a weekly strategic meeting, and something that's not an EBM. So not a place where everybody is there. No, it's your working time where you sit and you evaluate the goal. You evaluate all the activities that you did. You evaluate planned versus achieved part, and you brainstorm the solutions. You define the bottlenecks, both from marketing and on OGX side, and then you create solutions and you try to adapt to the situation. And some of the main things that can happen, for example, when cross-checking KPIs and activities, so planned versus achieved, that's realization, matched, application conversions, selected application conversions, and so on. Then promotion and EPs. As I said before, it's very important to cross-check both. So both activities and KPIs. So the number goals we have, but also the things we want to do. Because if some of the things are missing and we are not aligned with our achievements, the planned achievement, that's where we need to focus. And then once we are defining the bottlenecks, either we are not doing the activities, or we're not doing them in the best way, or we can change the activities. So we plan the wrong activities. So after 1 month of digital promotion, online promotion, you realize there is no applicants, maybe because our target is not in the digital channel right now, and we need to go physical. Just an example. And maybe there is an external issue. For example, last year when I was in MC of ISEC in Serbia, we were running also promotion for Shape. The same is here. But what happened is we had the biggest floods in the last 100 years in Balkans on the first day that the campaign started. And the campaign was supposed to last 1 week. We had floods for almost three weeks, and the situation of terrible situation in the country, and we had to adjust. So instead of doing the promotion, we went out and volunteered and helped the country, but then after 3 weeks, we adjusted the timeline, the goals, and the ways we promote, and we continued promoting. But that's something you always need to take into account. Always there will be external issues, whether it's a holiday, some bad situation that happened, or something else. But you always need to take that into account. Situation always changes, and once you plan for the ideal situation, but you need to assess it as well. And in the end, you need to work on activities, shift goals and timelines if needed, but just a very quick disclaimer here. If you're not reaching your goals, the solution is not to reduce your goal. The solution is to adjust your activities and to figure out which new activities can you implement, or to figure out how can you change the value proposition of the target. That's the solution. Sometimes, yes, we need to adjust our goals, but honestly speaking, I love adjusting our goals when we overachieve, not when we underachieve. So if I'm overachieving, I'm gonna start putting the goal up. I'm not gonna say, after 3 months of my term, I already did 10 realizations that I planned, so good job for me, now I sleep for the next 6 months. No, my friend, if you see that you're overachieving and you see that you're gonna overachieve your goal, you increase your goal, and then you figure out new activities that are gonna help you overachieve that new one. That kind of mindset is something that leaders should have, and that kind of mindset is something that I really appreciate about ISEC, that wish to always be better and to always improve. And I think it's super important for you, especially at the beginning of your experience as an LCVP.
Yeah, don't be afraid of changing your plans, but take in consideration that a realization goal should never change, and if it changes, should be bigger and not lower down. So what happened this year is that we actually got afraid of what was going on because we were failing and we were not achieving our goals. And what we decided to do was, during the replanning in July, was to simply lower down our goals. This is the most really wrong thing that you can do. one of our values is striving for excellence. And striving for excellence is not going around saying we are the best, but it's actually showing and proving that we are the best. And you prove yourself that you are really striving for excellence when everything is going wrong, but you still try to reach your goal and you actually try to get to the best. So do not stop yourself and don't be afraid of saying like, no, I planned this much, we planned these activities, didn't work out, whatever. This is not the right attitude, this is not the right mindset that will let you to actually reach your goals. So every time something is going wrong, you simply sit down all together and you figure out a solution, because there's always a solution. The other thing is that you should have this strategic meeting weekly. So once per week, you sit down and you see, for this week we plan this. Did it happen? Yes, no. If it happens, how did it go? If it didn't happen, why did it happen? You need to make it happen. So every week you need to save yourself 1 hour of your time to actually do this corner meeting and understand how is the situation. And if it's going to be a meeting where, everything is going down, everything is going okay, everything is going according to the plan, even better. But do not take for granted anything. And also keep constant communication. So marketing needs to know everything, and when I say everything, I mean really everything that is happening in all OGX areas, and OGX areas need to know everything that is going on marketing. So I don't know if you know, but lately what is happening is that we send a national newsletter for every area. Okay, so OGP, and marketing newsletter every week, and then we forward this newsletter to the other areas. So OGP newsletter also have to marketing newsletter, and marketing newsletter also have to OGX. And OGAP newsletter also like to marketing. This is not simply because we want to overload you with too many emails, but it's actually a way for you to keep yourself updated on what the other are focusing on and what the other are working on. Because you always need to understand what are the focuses of the other area and understand how you can work together every step till December. So always keep in consideration this, and please do not forget to communicate with each other. Don't take anything for granted. If you decided to simply cut an assessment center, marketing needs to know it. This is really crucial for you to understand what is going on, and also for you to have a real analysis of the situation, not to make assumptions, something that you don't know or you don't know completely.
Yeah, one more thing that I want to say now before maybe we close this part of the webinar is that these weekly meetings are super, super important. And not just for, and don't take them lightly. So don't just say, hey, we did well or we did bad, blah, 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 and be super random in the meeting. No, do it properly. So have the output of every meeting. Do a comparison, planned versus achieved, do the analysis, and write it down. Write it down because it will help you assess the longer period of time. So then at the end of the month, you can assess the entire month. At the end of the quarter, you can assess the quarter. And you can learn from what you did. And once you have this output, also in it include the activities that you want to do in order to achieve the results or to adjust the results. So for example, we are not achieving our goal by 30%, so we decide to change the activities and to provide more opportunities to EPs. Now this is all nice and well, but unless you define the responsible person at that deadline and you put it in an output that you send to everybody and include your EB team so they're also informed about what is happening, it's not going to happen. So please take these meetings very seriously and do them properly. So one person should take the output, you should always set responsible people at deadlines in the end, and then also you should understand how can this be downscaled to your team. Because also, surprise, surprise, your team should evaluate their performance every week. And maybe not with marketing every week, but in some period that yes, and also on the TLP level, they should also meet and check their activities and goals. And also, always, they should have the output and the responsible people and deadlines. Because unless you have those and people to track them, you're just randomly meeting in a room for some reason, but you're not achieving anything. It's something really, really important, and I think that you really need to understand that. And whenever you have a meeting and these things are not happening, there will be no results of that meeting. And you basically wasted your time. So always keep that in mind. Yeah, with all that said, we kind of finished. So we have space for Q&A. People on WhatsApp, we will notify you by WhatsApp that the Q&A started, even though you'll have probably a small delay, or no, you'll catch up very soon. You can ask us whatever you want. We're going to stop sharing the PPT. Go back to the screen so that we have a better overview. Yeah, as you see, we changed the room. Some people missing from the chat. That's fine. If you have any questions, now's the time. If you want to tell us that we're amazing, you can also do that. If you have a specific message for somebody, you can also say it there. But feel free to do so.
If you're in love with someone, you can say it.
Rebecca is positive. It's amazing. So yes, guys, feel free to do so. We're waiting for your questions.
If there are questions, if there are no questions, just let us know.
Yes, also.
Because this is the most awkward moment of every chat.
Yes, when we wait awkwardly for you to have a question. I don't know, maybe the chat was amazing and you understood everything perfectly. I also accept that possibility.
Okay, Marta from Milano asked to repeat KPI and conversion rate. So, conversion rate are not set. So you have to understand which are the local conversion rate that you have. As for the KPI, now we're gonna show you again the. I'm gonna show it.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
This takes a bit time to click.
Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna show again the PPT, so you can see them again. Anyway, you have them on your application package. So on your EB package, you have for the video description the KPI and the MOS. KPI stands for
Key performance
indicator.
Key performance indicator. So.
Key performance indicator, and MOS is measurement of success. Oh.
Yes, also OGX people say that Rebecca is amazing.
I love you, Fra. She's my nephew.
Also, that's nice, but I feel kind of left out.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
So yeah, if there are any other questions on KPIs or conversion rates, let us know. So the conversion rate is basically calculated by dividing the number of the people in the for example. Okay, let's explain from selected to matched. So if you have 10 selected people, and out of those you match 2, your conversion rate is 5. So you basically need 5 people to be selected in order to match 1. So you basically divide the numbers. That's the logic behind. If you have any doubts on how to calculate it, let us know. Also, if you have any doubts where to get the data to calculate it, let us know. And also, if you're wondering why are we torturing you with filling the search to the tracking tools, that's why. So we can calculate the conversion rates and we can help you in decision making. And also, we can provide all the data for you in one super easily accessible place where you don't have to analyze some weird data or go back to thousands of emails or try to remember, or even worse, guess what is the conversion rate. Because as the saying goes, the assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. So don't assume something, try to calculate.
From OGCDP side, they say that we were super.
Yeah, I'm very happy about this. And also do not have the access to marketing WhatsApps. So if there are any, no, but there is a solution, Rebecca. If there is some marketing people in the Hangouts, I'm not really sure. But if there are, and there are some questions on your WhatsApp groups, do let us know here, because we actually do not have the access to the WhatsApp groups.
Yeah, write to your OJP or OGCDP.
Also, people in marketing, right?
Yes, yes, we can answer to you. Oh, where the fuck is the microphone? Because they say they cannot hear me, but they can hear you. So
yeah, because I speak loud and clear, and you're like, you be loud.
Ah, voilà.
See? Did you have lunch today, Rebecca?
I had. Not at a decent time, but I had. Know if you have any question, otherwise write in the chat or on the WhatsApp group that you don't have any question, because again, this is super awkward for us. Positivity side, they say that we'll have a question when they're gonna start implementing things.
That's also nice. Don't forget that we are super easily accessible through the mobile phones and WhatsApps or through emails, which you all know how to use. So if at any point in time in your LCVP term you feel, I'm not sure what to think about this. I forgot about this from transition. Questions. You pick up the phone and you call your MCVP. These people here, or a imaginary Bulgarian here. So
it's really nice. Wait a minute. Backward planning. We need to repeat that.
Okay, we can repeat backwards planning in its entirety. It's not a problem.
You don't start from planning application, but you actually start from the end of the flow. So you start from the realization instead of the application. So it seems weird, but you start from the end and not from the beginning. So based on your realization and based on your conversion rate between realization and match, you see matching here. The point is that not 100% of our matches actually feel like becoming realization, because you know shit happens. So far the conversion rate is super good, but still it's not 100%. So it's not 1-to-1 yet. The same thing you repeat for in progress, so how many people start applying to project, and the same thing is from application. So you go step by step, but you always start from the number of realizations. So if you don't have the number of realizations, don't you even dare start planning. And the other thing is you cannot plan applications without knowing how many matches in progress, how many matches, and how many realizations you will need. That's why you need to do backward planning together, because OGX part, like OGX people will do most of the first part, but then marketing people will do most of the second part. But this doesn't mean that you cannot know what the other plan. You need to plan it together because your final goal is still the realization, and you need to be aware what it's going to take to get to that number of realization. Is it clear?
Yeah, also if you need a practical example, let's do it once again. So if we have as a goal 10 realizations, so we set a goal of 10 realization, and we know that conversion rate from match to realize is 1 towards 1.1. What does that mean? That for every 1 realization, we need to have 1.1 matches. So now, if you multiply 10 times 1.1, that equals 11 matched. So our goal for matching is 11. And then, if a conversion rate from in progress to matched is 1 to 3, what does that mean? That means that for every 1 matched, we need 3 in progress. So you very simply multiply 11 by 3 and you get 33 in progress. And then, if we know that a conversion rate for application to in progress is 1 to 5, what we do? We, of course, do 33 times 5 equals 165, and we have our final goal. Now, that should be clear now. If it's not clear, do tell us.
They ask us if we have tips on bring the conversion rate to 1-to-1. No, okay. From OGX, okay, a miracle, or more like speaking more seriously, everything is about AP management from my point of view. So if you take good care of the customer, if you make sure that they are going to follow you and to trust you and also to follow your timeline and this kind of stuff, then for sure you will get your conversion rate lower. So it's everything about customer centricity, actually. So to do everything that you need in order to make your customer happy, and by making him or her happy, you will definitely get the conversion rate that you are waiting for.
Yeah, I also agree. The key is EP management, and key is being fast to answer, customer-oriented, predicting their needs before they are aware of them. So once they get matched, you send them an email notifying them about the country, sending them reception booklets, and so on and so on. So I think that's the key. Of course, sometimes you have a situation that a person do not get realized. Something will happen. Visas get not approved. Something super important happens in a person's life. You can never account for everything, but in general, the conversion rates of 1-to-1 are usually happening in match to realized or very close to it, and like that percentage that is not happening is something that usually we cannot influence. If the conversion rate there is bigger than, let's say, 1.12 to 1, that's when we have a serious problem in the internal processes. So far, it's been so good, and it never happened that we have a huge problem. But if these conversion rates go crazy, rather, there should be an alarm light going somewhere that you need to change something.
Yeah, also, this is more for the marketing, actually. So as a tip for you, try to understand whether it's working more offline or online promotion on your market, because at national level we do know what is working better, but we are still speaking about all Isaac in Italy. So try to understand which is the best way to reach your market. I'm not saying you only plan one or the other, but I'm saying that in case of emergency, so in case you're not reaching your goals, you directly know what is working the best, and so what you have to make it stronger, okay? So you need to know if your market is answering more to offline or online, also because you will plan more than of one and less than the other. And it's totally normal, guys. It's super normal that in some part of Italy actually works better the offline, and some others need to work better the online. That's why, from the national perspective, we always try to give you tips on both promotion. But you need to understand how your market is reacting and what is making the market reacting the most. This is why you need to start from a market analysis and from a target definition. Okay, Andrea, ciao. So that's just as a tip for marketing. Okay, people, if you don't have any other question, do you?
This is basically your last chance to ask us questions, because we would also like to have dinner. So, dinner. Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, guys, if you don't have any other question, it was really a pleasure to have you here. We hope you enjoyed, but I'm receiving quite good feedback anyway. So if you have any further questions, please approach your MCDP, so JP to JP or GCDP and marketing to marketing, in order for us to help you through. Do not be afraid of asking anything, because you're still elected, so you still have, we are still giving you the benefit of the doubt. So
also, when you are officially current, you can also ask questions, and don't be afraid of it. Especially of Rebecca, she's terrifying.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You are more terrifying than me.
No, I'm cute. All jokes aside, if you have any other questions, or we had some technical issues, so you missed something, please let us know. Once again, we are sorry for the fact that not everybody could fit into the call. Something went wrong, but I think the streaming worked okay also, so everybody's happy in the end, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Any other additional questions, do let us know, please.
Yes, and remember that there are not stupid questions, so it's fine to ask whatever. If we need to repeat this kind of stuff, we are going to repeat it, because we actually like our job, so we are super happy to answer all of your questions. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your night.
Ciao, ragazzi.
Talk to you soon. See you soon in CN1. Apply for CN1.
Apply for CN1.
Yes.
Make your new
And
members
your
apply for
members
regional
go to
conferences. Apply!
No, okay, now you're scared.
Also match people.
Match people.
All the time. That's very important. Ciao.